Hello, Potato. It's been 3 months already since the last time we checked in on the crates of loot. So that means it's time for a special delivery. A special delivery from Taste of Home. Hashtag TOH special delivery, which I don't think they use anymore, but I probably won't stop. Now, normally in these videos, I would face our special delivery here off against a loot crate, a good old vanilla, bog standard, basic loot crate. But I can't do that today. In fact, if you care about these things, you may have noticed I haven't done a loot crate video in a while. Not since the last time I did a special delivery video, which was, again, 3 months ago. And that's because Loot Crate hasn't delivered a single crate since last September. Yep, they've billed me on time. 2 cycles, in fact. A 3rd cycle coming up at the end of this month. But they haven't delivered a thing. So I do think it may be time to officially part ways with the people from the crates of loot, and perhaps spend my large blind box dollars somewhere else. So if you have an idea of a better large blind box thing that I could get, and it doesn't need to be monthly, it can be like the special delivery, it can be 3 times a year, 4 times a year, that's fine. I don't need to do these crate videos every single month after all. Let me know in the comments below, because I am legitimately interested in finding something else that is, frankly, maybe better quality. Loot Crate has been pretty pathetic for the last year. Every so often, like 1 crate in 3 or 4 will have like really good stuff in it, but a lot of it's been not great. And I finished that Guardians of the Galaxy collection, so I don't really have any reason to hang on to them. I do think I'm going to ask for my money back for the last 6 crates they haven't delivered, and perhaps just take my business elsewhere. But that's enough of that, because what we do have is a thing that is here, and that is our Taste of Home special delivery. As always, this is my wife's crate, but we're going to look at it before she does. I mean, she'll look at it before you see this video, but I'm going to see it with you before she sees it with herself, but she'll see it with herself before you see it, that when we see it together. Does that make sense? Good. All right, so let's pull that cord. Almost did it in one pull. And let's see so good news this time. The box isn't wet because it's not raining, because it's, I guess, technically spring. Now, I guess it really isn't spring yet for another week or 2, but it's spring-like. I mean, to be fair, it's been spring-like since January. We haven't had a lot of winter here. Let's crack it open and see what we have for what I believe should be the spring 2022 box. We have the box that doesn't want to open. Come on. There we go. Here we have the spoiler sheet. So we know what the cookbook is already. Yep, spring box. Let's look inside our spring box. Of course, as always, we will start with the recipe cards. As always, I will comment on them being on cheaper paper than they used to be. And then I will move on and read what they are. Chocolate scotcheroos. Okay, that sounds interesting. Sort of a brownie-looking sort of thing, or a blondie-looking thing. Sugar, corn syrup, peanut butter, crisp rice cereal, butterscotch chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and shortening. Looks promising. Chia seed protein bites. These are probably quite good, but I don't see them getting made. Pesto vegetable pizza. I do like pesto, but not caring for those veggies. Cuban sliders. We've actually done something like this before, just not Cuban, but it was like a ham. Is it the same thing? Ham, Swiss cheese. Yeah, we just did it without the pickles, and we used a garlic butter on it. Pretty good. Air fryer Nashville hot. I like Nashville hot, but it too frequently tastes too much like pickle and not enough like hot. 1 pan rotini with tomato cream sauce. And egg roll noodle soup. So this is basically just a deconstructed egg roll. Sesame oil, pork, soy sauce, minced garlic, ground ginger, salt, turmeric, pepper, cabbage. Yeah, it's basically, it's like a burrito bowl, but for egg rolls. With noodles. All right. Nothing horrible there. but I don't much like the chances of much of any of it getting actually made. But here's the thing that we're here for, to see what's in the box, aside from, of course, the recipe cards and the cookbook. It sort of feels like we have like a sill pad here maybe, or some sort of a heat pad. It says Cook's Innovations on it. It feels like a giant mouse pad. Cook's Innovations Glide Mat. Easily move countertop appliances in any direction. So I guess if your coffee maker or your incredibly heavy stand mixer, which we do have one of, it's too stable, you can stick this under it and then it'll slide around. So basically, yeah, a mouse pad. I mean, could be useful for putting the blender on, because we do have that kind of slid under a cabinet, which makes it completely unusable. We have to pull it out when we want to use it. That's not bad. I don't know if I don't really care for the look of it, honestly. The color's wouldn't be my choice. I'd personally go probably with a black. My wife would probably go with maybe a black or a gray or a blue. But this could be a genuinely useful thing. At least it's not a little tiny barf bag for fat. So that's a plus. Next up is a Taste of Home branded slotted spoon. And it's one of those things, we already have a few of in the collection. But it is a Taste of Home Test Kitchen approved. So that's good. You wouldn't want a slotted spoon that wasn't Test Kitchen approved. It's one of the things, we have 2 or 3 probably already in the collection, but it's a useful thing. I mean, I do rather think these boxes are geared towards at least people with foodie inclinations. So, I mean, I would think something so basic might be unnecessary for most people, but still, it's a little different. The handle feels good and thick, very flexy, more flexible, I think, than the one we have, and bigger slots. So that could be a plus or minus depending on what you're trying to drain. Still, not bad. Not a bad thing. We have another long thing in here. What is this? This is... All right, we have like 2 or 3 of these, but not quite like this. It is a bottle brush junior and straw brush set. The ones we have all have like more traditional bristles. Not blistles, bristles. So it feels like kind of like a bottle brush crossed with a honey drizzler. I guess it can be good for scraping off the sides. And of course, the more you use like reusable straws and things like our smoothie glasses and stuff, a straw brush is actually a really super useful item. I think the one we use the most actually has the straw brush that like locks into the handle, so it's only one thing instead of 2, but still genuinely useful. I think a thing that some people wouldn't have. We do have some already, but I do like it. I do like the fact that it is genuinely different than what we already have. Moving on, what else is in here? We've got another tool in another bag, and that is a Progressive Veggie Brush Prepworks line. Stiff bristles, soft bristles. I think, honestly, actually, I think we do need one of these. I think this brush we have, which is like all the heavy bristles, is pretty much kind of ground down. Like when you don't change your toothbrush enough, you find yourself having like no bristles left on it. Yeah, that's where we are with our veggie brush. So, again, not in love with the color. Taste of Home makes some interesting color choices on their stuff, but a genuinely useful item. Moving on, we have the lid pocket. I think we may have something similar to... No, this is actually... Oh, no. This actually is something we can use. This is a lid holder for your crock pot. So, when you have the crock pot and you open the crock pot and you have to put the lid down somewhere and it's dripping from condensation and steam, and perhaps the chili is splattered up onto it from boiling, and you end up like having to put it down with the handle on the counter so you don't get stuff on the counter, or indeed the counter on the part that touches the food. This solves that. It's a bit of a unitasker, but that is something I really do honestly think we could make use of. I think that's going to be my favorite item, unless the next thing in here is really... Also, I do believe from the cover of the little cheer pamphlet there, that our cookbook is like a slow cooker cookbook. So that fits into that nicely. I guess actually that does too. So let's see. Well, we do have our disposable item this month. The Reynolds Kitchens slow cooker liners. Now I will say these are actually, first of all, ties into that and kind of ties into that too. And potentially into that if you're making like a stew, you want to scrub your potatoes, right? But these are a genuinely useful item. I can say this with confidence because we have like 3 boxes of them from Sam's Club. Because they really are nice because you don't have to like scrub your crock pot out when you're done. Plus, if you have a large enough storage bowl, you can lift that whole bag out of your crock pot, put it in the storage bowl, throw it in the fridge that way, not try to move in the fridge for the crock or transfer it. Very super useful items. Not something we need because we already have, but I guess we can always use more of them. And if you hadn't ever tried them, this definitely would be a cool thing to try out. Because yeah, they just line them like a trash bag in a garbage can, dump in your stuff and cook it. You do have to be careful scooping stuff out though, because I have like torn through them periodically. It happens. And I think that's all of our items, meaning our last item is, of course, the paper. No, the cookbook, which is 5-ingredient recipe. Oh, there's an ad down there. Hold on, let's look at the advert. I believe it's an advert for our... Oh, it's a coupon. It's an advert and a coupon for slow cooker liners. So I guess if you like these 4, you can buy them in larger quantity. All right. That is it, right? Okay, because I know in the past I found when putting things back in that I'd missed an item. This time, nope, that is not the case. 5-ingredient recipe, so no, nothing to do with slow cookers. I don't know where I got that from. I guess it kind of looks like a crock pot there. Delicious meals with no fuss. I think I even read the name, didn't I? And yeah, still managed to forget it in the 5 minutes between reading it then and reading it now. 290 satisfying easy recipes in this new collection. 150 in the collection that will be on the table in 30 minutes or faster, so definitely not slow cooker. Let's flip through. We've got breakfast pizza, rise and shine parfait. Well, everybody loves parfait. Toad in the hole bacon sandwich, beer dip, chili lime roasted chickpeas. Not really meals. Beer dip and chickpeas, not really meals, but we'll go with it. Asian style chicken slaw, red potato salad, watermelon blueberry salad, good for 4th of July. Spicy potato soup, that's where that brush comes in, scrubbing off those potatoes. Cheesy chicken waffle witches. I don't know if I want to put chicken and cheese in my waffle maker though. Lemon dill shrimp, not. I mean, we don't tend to make too much out of these things, but looks like a good collection of recipes and a bunch of them, so that's nice. So, with all of that looked at, we gotta rate the crate. So there's no competition. This will be a shorter video than normal because there is no competition. But first place, yes, definitely I'm gonna go to this. Because again, genuinely useful item. Should hook right on the crock pot. It's even designed for the size. That's not the style we have because ours has a digital screen, but it's the right size. And yeah, I think this is the thing in here that I think is most likely to get used. So first place to the lid pocket. Second place, I'm gonna go with the brush because I think we need one. And it looks like a good one. We have the soft bristles and the stiff bristles. It covers all of your veggie cleaning needs. Thoroughly cleans vegetables, potatoes, and more. Yeah, second place. Third place, I'm gonna go with the bottle brush. Genuinely useful, even though we already have some. I think that is something that we still may put into use. I don't know if we have to try it with up against the other brushes we have, see if maybe it's better. It is narrower, I guess, hence the fact it's called Junior. So it might actually be good for things that the other brush we have is too wide for. This could still have use, even if it doesn't replace the other one. And then fourth place, I'm gonna go with our Cook's Innovations slidey pad. It's hideous, but I can genuinely see use for this. Fifth place, slotted spoon. We have them. I don't know that's any better than what we have, but it'll go in the little jar thing that's on the counter with all the utensils in it, I'm sure. Fifth place, despite being the probably second most useful thing in here, maybe third most useful, we just already have them, and Therefore, I can't rate them that well. If we didn't have them, well, if we didn't have them, I wouldn't have tried them. Therefore, I wouldn't necessarily, still wouldn't rate them very high because it's still a disposable one-use item. But overall, I think a good crate, I think a good half of this stuff will go into active use. And the other stuff, I mean, there's nothing super odd or crappy this month. So I guess even though Loot Crate loses by default for not showing up, they still probably would have lost this month unless they had something really spectacular in their crate. Well, I have to clean this back up so I can give it to my wife so she can pretend to open it without me having opened it already. But I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.